Hello and welcome to Pointer. In this video we're going to animate a path and make it transform from a circle or circular shape into the letter R. So to start with, the first thing I want to do is I want to cut down the size of my canvas. So it's a 300 by 300. Next I'm going to, since I said the word path, I think I'm going to get a path. We're going to use the quadratic Bezier. Commit, you can see the path. Finally, we're going to want to have some points. And I want those points, well, basically I want this to turn into the letter R. So let's get a letter R first. Okay. Commit. Well, I didn't want the hello world. I wanted just a single letter called R. That's too small, so let's make it bigger. Okay, that's a good size. Now I want to wrap this curve around the letter R, starting here, going somewhere, and then here, and so forth. I'm going to stop for a second. And I'm going to tell you what we're trying to do is we're trying to create this descriptor which is going to follow these points. So first thing we do is we extract the matrix from this tibble. Let's say the matrix is M, and we're going to do pointer $x $points. And since this that's a list, we're going to index out of it. Okay. Then what I will do is I will take that matrix. I will take the first column, which is my first point, and I want that to move to. And then I'm going to fill the rest of it with the rest of it. In other words, everything except the first column. I do a commit, and you notice now that we have a cubic or a quadratic spline, which kind of follows what we want. If I put this right here, I get a straight line. Now, this is my first point, this is the control point, and this is the target point. So if I add another point, that's going to be the control point, and that's going to be the target point, which is going to give me a straight line. Now I make a control point, a target point, and I get a curve. Control point, target point, another curve, control point, target point, control point, target point. I'm accentuating this. Control point, target point, control point, target point, control point, target point, control point, target point, control point, target point. Let's change the width here to 5. You can see it a little bit better. If I go to the SVG panel, you can see it even better. It kind of follows the R. So let's eliminate the text and commit again. Well, we're missing the bottom of this leg. We need to fix that. So we'll close the path by z equals, and it doesn't really matter what we put in there. I'm going to put 0 because that's a nice number. And it's closed. Now, in order to do the animation, what I'm going to need is I'm going to need another path, another descriptor. So first, let's move this descriptor out. Cut. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a function of M. What it will do is it will return that list. And then in here we could put, for example, f of M, And now it should give us the same thing. Well, that's because I didn't give an if. But since I'm going to do this for, I want to have a couple of paths, I'm going to have to do this a couple of times. In particular, I'm going to have another path. Now, I said the other path has to be a matrix, and the matrix has to have the same number of points as we've got here. One way of doing that is to copy and paste. An old programmer's trick. Put a comma at the end of this. I think we got a comma there. Why? Okay. And now, commit. Nothing's changed. The second path is identical to the first. If we go over here, and if I click on this, we notice that this is the second path, and this point is on the second path. Okay, I want to now move this second path into a circle shape. How do I get a circle shape? Well, one way is to drag and drop a circle in. Put a comma here. Commit. And now all I want to do is move all of these dots onto the circle. And since we're drawing off of 2, it should more or less look okay. Let's move this up here. I think that one belongs to him, yeah. This is probably the most painful and tedious approach you can take. I could do this programmatically, but that would be too clever. Let's move this down here. Let's move this one down here. Okay, not the best in the world, but it'll do. It's kind of like a circle. If I go to the panel, yeah, it looks like a circle. Good enough. Okay, so we have a circle, and we have a function which works on that circle. Actually, I want to take this function and iterate it over the points. So let's do that. Let's do a values is equal to an lapply. And we're going to do this over these points. And the function that I'm going to use is the function that we defined before. And I probably should close that off. And now this will be values of, we're starting off with values of 1. It's a list. And we're going to animate. And the animation is on the path, so I say animate. I have to give an attribute name, attribute name. That's what we're going to, the attribute that we're going to animate, which is the D in the up here. And its values is going to be the values. And the duration is going to be 10 seconds. Commit. Okay, that's because somebody doesn't know how to spell. Animate. Okay, that sounds better. Well, it seems like it's taking the R and it's turning it into the circle. It's going from the first row to the second row. And that's not what we wanted, so let's interchange the rows. We do that, and now it's doing what we would like. Just for the fun of it, let's have a fill. So we're going to start off with a fill of red, and then I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to animate the fill. So the fill, in this case, is the attribute name. And the values in this case are going to be, well, we're going to start with red. Then we're going to go to orange. Then green. And then blue. Now, go for it. A couple of things that we could do that would make this better. One of them is get rid of this stupid circle. The other thing would be maybe to have it stop when it's finished animating with a fill of freeze. This is not the same fill as the filling of the interior of the shape. It's the animation fill, which is basically says stop at the end. So let's put that a comma here. Paste. Commit. And there we have it, an animated R. Moreover, you could have this animate into you could have multiple of these. In other words, you could have clearly we can add more rows, so we could start off with a circle, go to a triangle, go to the letter S, go to the letter R, whatever you want to do. I think you get the point. Anyway, have a nice day, stay safe, and hope to hear from you soon. Thanks. Bye.